So in this video, we're going to look at some code editors for working with IMathAS. One that I used a while ago when I first started coding, and I still use occasionally, is called JEdit, and it actually works pretty well. It does your basic code syntax highlighting, and again, generally works just fine. I've had good luck with it. Again, it works fine. One that I've been using more often recently is called Atom, and it looks like this. Again, it also has nice syntax highlighting. I kind of like the dark theme that it has, and again, generally works pretty well. Haven't had too many problems with it. The only thing I don't love about it is its bracket matching is a little annoying sometimes. So I figured in this video I would show you a third option that was just starting to look at myself, called Visual Studio Code. This is a Microsoft product. And so I went ahead and downloaded it and opened it up here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up my main working repository folder here. And you'll notice that it just popped a couple warning or messages up here. One is that it's recommending a Windows Linux subsystem extension because we have Linux subsystem. I don't think we actually need that, but okay, sure. And then the other one was mentioning something about PHP, and more specifically, let me see if I can get that to come up again. It was warning that that it wasn't going to be able to do some debugging because it didn't have the PHP executable file. I think that it looks like everything will still work reasonably well, though. Like, it's doing syntax highlighting just fine. And one of the things that I've seen that I like about this is it has code completion. And input hinting. So if I start typing a function like inArray, it's telling me what the order of the inputs are, so that I can, so I don't have to go look it up every time, which is what I usually do, to be honest. And so this is actually a really nice feature. It does sound like there are some additional add-ons or extensions available for this that will let us do more with PHP. So if we go into the extensions and search for PHP, it looks like there are a few different ones. Looks like there's an extension pack here that includes a debugger and a advanced auto completion. So let's go ahead and try installing that one. Oh, and here is that same warning that popped up, something about the executable not found. Let's see, let's go to extensions, PHP. Here we are, executable path. And so this is the one that it was complaining about, was this executable path. And so it needs a path to the PHP executable in order to be able to do certain things. Specifically, it's probably a lot about debugging, like testing to see if the code can run properly. And so for that, one of the things we can do, we need to actually put in the path. And how that works is going to depend upon how your system is set up. Like, if you're using Docker, you probably don't have an executable, like a Windows executable. I'm using WAMP, and so I do have one hiding here somewhere. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy in here C:, and when most utilities that are generic like this prefer forward slashes rather than backslashes. So there's the big long path to my WAMP executable. So I'll hit save on that, and hopefully that'll take care of the error message that was coming up. So now I'm kind of wondering if I do something like Is that going to yell at me? Give an error? Ooh. No? Okay, well, I don't know how this one works yet. Oops. But anyway, there we go. So here is a perfectly reasonable looking editor. I kind of like this whole code at the glance thing that it has over here on the right. And yeah, so any of these editors will work just fine. Again, the things that you really want to look for in an editor are syntax highlighting, most importantly, to help you differentiate between things like strings and numbers and variables and function calls. It just makes things easy. If there is something that can check your bracketing, that's awfully handy. Like here, you'll notice that if I click on the starting bracket for any of these, it tells me what the matching bracket is and sort of kind of highlights the bracing there. That's awfully handy. Yeah, any of that sort of stuff is very nice. And then also, you know, typically these will have some sort of code completion. So if you start typing like a variable name, it will give you options that sort of are likely cases, and then if you hit usually tab, it completes that for you so that you don't have to type out the whole expression yourself, which is awfully nice. I wonder what that is. Probably just saying it doesn't need to be there. Anyway, so there's an idea, a gist of what a few different editors look like. Again, any of them will work fine. You just need something to edit code in. It's very nice if it can manage things like you know, your indenting and your bracketing and stuff like that for you, and help you navigate the code as much as possible.